Greetings and welcome to another episode of 81632-bit. I'm your host Leonard Rob, and today we're going to be looking at one of my favourite sports games of all time, FIFA International Soccer. In honour of the World Cup, I thought I would look at this game. This is the one that started the behemoth of a franchise that we have today. As you can see, this is the European Sega Megadrive version with its 16 meg cartridge, and a review score from there from Mean Machines and Sega Pro of 94%. Oh. So, what can you say about FIFA? Well, FIFA was released in December of 1993 and was developed by EA's Extended Play Productions team, who were based in Canada, which is surprising because you think a football game would be developed by a software team from a footballing nation such as the United Kingdom, Germany, somewhere like that. But no, it was done by their Canadian team, Extended Play. Unlike a lot of other football games at the time, FIFA strove for a bit more realism when compared with, say, Kickoff or Sensible Soccer. The game adopted an isometric viewpoint and a slower pace, which allowed for more passing and more setting up of the play. And at the time, it was considered to be much more realistic, and in its own way, it is. I personally prefer the slower pace. I was never brilliant. Oh, excuse me. Get back in focus there. I was never brilliant at Sensible Soccer myself. I always felt the pace was too fast, and I just couldn't quite manage to keep up. But anyway, yeah, FIFA, it was originally released for the Mega Drive. It was also then released for the Super Nintendo, and an updated version was done for the 3DO. The 3DO version ditched the isometric perspective and went much more show-offy. Overall, it's probably still my favourite football game to this day. Or soccer game for those of you in America, simply because I feel that the pacing and the way the game plays is closer to the game of football than any other 8 or 16-bit version had been to that point. I still play it to this day. I mean, this copy that I picked up really cheap is I went out of my way to make sure I got this copy of it because it's in almost mint condition. I've got the chunky manual, the registration card, a flyer for EA's hotlines, and even a promo card for the EA 4-player adapter, so you can play the game in 4-player mode, which again was a selling point. Also, there's a very clean looking cartridge in there. Oops, dropping it everywhere. But yeah, it was a game of its time. It's something that me and my friends really enjoyed. So let's have a look at a few minutes of me playing the game now, and then I'll come back with a few sort of closing thoughts.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
So there you go, there was a few minutes of me playing FIFA International Soccer for the Sega Megadrive really badly. Like, stunningly badly. But it's still fun. It doesn't matter how bad I personally am at the game, it's still damned enjoyable. Much more so than the later entries in the franchise. Modern day FIFA I just can't do. Maybe it's my age, but I just find it overly complex and too much is done. There's a simplicity to the original FIFA that allows it to be pick up and play by just about anyone. I even played my father at FIFA, and he never played video games. The only 2 video games he ever played with me were FIFA and John Madden's American Football. Anything else? No interest, but I could get him to play those with me. So, they're special. And yeah, that's all I have to say on this little quick review of FIFA International Soccer celebrating the FIFA World Cup. There may be another football game review coming up in the next couple of weeks, but I'm not going to say which. I'm trying to decide between 2. It's either ISS Pro 98 for the PlayStation or Sega Worldwide Soccer for the Saturn. It basically depends on which one I play most. So if you've liked this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Subscribe as well. The buttons, I've got the little thing there, but the button's just down there to click. If you've got any comments you want to leave them, and I'll see you all next time. So long.